Hello everyone, we're here to talk about the next in our Automation Confidence series, Smart Alarming. Smart Alarming we've named Smart5 and it's following industry standards. The industry standard that we've chosen is NAMUR NE107. NAMUR NE107 is from a group of companies, customers, that decided on IT standards for automation, mostly in the process industry and also in IT. Smart5, what it does is when you have a problem with your scale or you have a problem with your sensor, it basically communicates that to another machine, such as a PLC, to a DCS, or to your IT system over OPCUA. In Smart5, it has 5 levels. Naturally, that's where the name comes from. The green level is if everything is okay. If you need a routine test or a calibration, it turns blue. Yellow indicates a process misstep or something that's wrong with the scale. So, for example, if someone leaves a pallet on the scale before they put another one on, you would get a yellow alarm to indicate that that's a wrong process step. And then in the orange would tell you if service is necessary within a couple days or a couple weeks to make sure that your product didn't fail sometime in the future. So this is kind of like a predictive thing that we would indicate to you that you would need to have a service. So you don't have to stop the production right away, but sometime in the future when you do your routine maintenance, then you can call in a service technician. And then finally, the red level tells you that there's something completely wrong with the process and you need to start over. Or you need to stop the process. You need to take corrective action to make the thing go away. For example, if a load cell cable would be cut, a forklift is driving by, it cuts the cable breaks. You can actually, if it's a power cell, you can replace the cable and you're back up and running without having to ruin your batch. So this allows you to take action right away. And that action gets trapped, as we said, in your PLC, DCS, or your IT system. So these 5 levels, they indicate that you're making money with green, blue. The quality is at risk. The quality is still probably good, but it's at risk sometime. You might go out of tolerance. Yellow will tell you if you've got process missteps. If you have recurring yellow alarms, you might want to change something in the process to make sure that you don't have that. And as we said, the orange alarm indicates that service needs to be done, or in red, you need to stop the process because you know for a fact that your batch could be wrong or the weight is wrong and it could have a negative effect on your process. So that's what we've done in the priorities. So instead of alarming on everything, we give you the chance to look at what the priority is, and you can assume maybe the blue alarm has a high priority because if quality is at risk, you want to stop your process, do a calibration, maybe adjust your scale before you use it. So it's up to you to decide what to do with these alarms. So the way we've implemented in the products, you'll see on these load cells here, these are our smart sensors for automation. We actually have an LED on the side of the sensor that indicates the 5 levels from green to red. So if you have an array of load cells, you'll be able to see which one is alarming and then find out why it is alarming, right? So it's easy to track by looking at the outside of the sensor. If you look at our terminals, our future terminals will have this on the display. So if there's an operator there, they can see, okay, it's a red alarm. And if you look into the top of the display, we don't have it in this graphic, but we will send a message of what the alarm actually is and what actions need to be taken to make that alarm to go away. So this is a really cool feature because we're not only going to tell you that you have a problem, we're going to tell you what you have to do about it. And then finally, if you want to slave one of the alarms to an output, you can indicate a red or an orange alarm with an neon light with the output of this device. Now this device has a limit on the amount of I/O points, but in our higher I/O count products, you could do all 5 levels. So now you see we have quite a few products that have implemented Smart5, from our smart sensors for automation, which are low capacity sensors. We've got our automated precision weighing, which starts at 11 grams, and then we go up to thousands of tons with bench scales and floor scales and tank scales. And you can indicate these alarms in your PLC, in your DCS, and also in your IT system. So we have a consistent structure where we're following an industry standard that you can use with all other devices in your factory. So in summary, we're following the NAMUR industry standard. This is the top standard for alarming in our industry. This makes it compatible with all the automation systems. Automation systems from Rockwell and Emerson, Siemens, and so on, they're using these in their PLCs, DCS systems. These alarms have priorities, so that allows you to make decisions based on the priority level. It just doesn't alarm all the time. It just gives you a lot of noise or an alarm flood. It basically lets you to decide for yourself. And then it's included in many devices. So you can weigh anything from 11 grams up to thousands of tons, and you'll have the same capability in those products. And then finally, NAMUR NE107 and smart alarming has very broad market acceptance. You're going to see this almost everywhere. You'll see this from other companies, from other sensor manufacturers outside of the weighing industry. So be confident that you are following an industry standard if you're buying products with Smart5. This is the end of the program, so thank you for your time. And if you have any questions, please reach out to us. Thank you and have a great day.